Right before we begin today's video, if you'd like to receive alerts about some of the best credit card offers, just go to this link in the description below to subscribe to my credit card offer alerts. Simply enter your name and email and I'll start sending you those alerts for free. There's a trend that's been going on lately. Premium credit cards have their annual fees continuing to climb higher, while hard-to-use benefits keep on getting added. And the Amex Gold Card is no exception. It currently has 4 credit-style benefits with specific merchants or groups of merchants to use every single year. It's been driving a lot of people crazy. That's why today we're going over 4 incredible Amex Gold Card hacks to help you get way more value out of the card way easier than ever before, no matter which flavor or color of the Gold Card you currently have. Let's get to it. Hack number 1, pickup or to-go orders with the $100 Resy Credit. And a huge caveat. And when I say huge, I truly do mean it. So pay attention to this. Real quick, first though, I want to talk about how this credit actually works so you don't use it the wrong way. It's $100, yes, but that's annually. The way you receive it is $50 semi-annually. So that'll be up to $50 in statement credits January through June, the first half of the year, then up to another $50 the second half of the year, so July through December. This credit is valid on purchases made directly at US restaurants that offer reservations on Resy.com and the Resy mobile app. However, a reservation is not required. That's a good detail to know, but it's not the big caveat. That will come down to how the pickup orders actually work. And this is huge for me as well because I didn't know how this worked myself until I tested this in the real world. And the reason why this is going to be so great for you all to see is because not all the time do you want to go into a restaurant and have table service, which could mean your meal will take at least 45 minutes. So here's the faster way to do it for a to-go order with my first test. I began first with the Resy app itself. I made my account earlier, signed in, it's totally free to do, and searched for a couple different areas as I traveled in different areas of the US. First here, I was in the Arizona Scottsdale area, found a place called Village Tavern on my trip, which I wanted to try out. So I tapped on it, got more info about it, saw their reservations, which I did not need to do, but then scrolled down further and saw they had a website. That's important because as of right now, you can't make an order to go through Resy. You do so with the restaurant. So I went to the restaurant, villagetavern.com. Here's the landing page that I saw, or their homepage rather, right up there at the top. An order now button appeared, so I clicked on that, was brought to their online menu here, but I noticed something right away. Look at the font, look at the color schemes, the layout, the little button for the cart there in the top right corner. The overall interface here for the user experience reminded me a lot like Grubhub or DoorDash or some other of those delivery apps. So I was a little bit curious here in terms of what their backend was actually like. Keep that in mind as we go along here. I wasn't in the mood for a burger at the time, so I scrolled down further and found this amazing 10-spice glazed salmon, which definitely was piquing my interest. So I clicked on that, saw some more ways to customize it, add to my cart, and then I ensured that I had the pickup option selected. And once again, my curiosity and suspicions piqued. Looked at the format and layout of this page again. Again, I'm thinking Grubhub, DoorDash, something like that. And I was able to confirm that. So as I looked down further and read all the text, there was, under the contact and payment section, some lovely text that mentioned our partner DoorDash. So Village Tavern here was using the DoorDash platform on the back end to process their to-go orders on their website. Was this going to be a problem? Frankly, I had no idea, so I decided to proceed forward with checking out. For the payment method, they allowed Apple Pay, which was great because I already had my Gold Card added to my Apple Wallet, so I proceeded with that there, got my confirmation. The all-in total there with the estimated taxes was $32.36. I then got a ride to the restaurant from my hotel in Arizona. Here's a picture of me enjoying it as I brought it back to enjoy poolside because what better than having glazed salmon with couscous and grilled veggies by a pool? Not much better than that when you're in the desert. Now, for the transaction, I took a screenshot here. You can see it's dated February 20th, same day I made this screenshot, and it said a pending transaction for my total $32.36, but it did not show the merchant name, Village Tavern, for the description. It just showed DoorDash.com. So I waited, and waited, and waited. Until about a month and a few days later, I went back to my Amex dashboard on my Gold Card here, and here we are again. This screenshot was made on March 26th, and no Resy Credit appeared. A little bit of good news though, I did earn 4x points, which makes sense because a lot of the main delivery style companies still earn the dining multiplier on the gold card. But clicking on the transaction to view more details, when I saw the merchant name there in the top right, it still said DoorDash.com, not Village Tavern. And since you need to transact directly with the Resy partner merchant or restaurant, this is not going to work ever. So I tried again with my second test. This time, my journeys brought me to the northern DFW area to explore some of their lates up there by Ray Hubbard. Found a cool restaurant called Culpeper Cattle Company. Clicked on that, got more info, scrolled down and saw they had a website as well. Went to their site and saw, again, they have an order online feature. Clicking on that, it brought me to the online order experience and I looked at the URL there at the top. I saw order.toasttab.com and that made me feel a lot better. Here's why. I went to toasttab.com and saw that it was just a point of sale system, not a third-party food delivery company. Again, keep that in mind. So going back to the website, I found what I wanted on their to-go menu, the Texas Chicken Ranch salad here. Clicked on it, added to my cart. Then on the checkout page, I entered all the information there for my Amex Gold Card and placed the order. The total there was $18.21. Here's my confirmation page, and then I drove over there to pick up the meal. Always gotta love a good selfie, and the salad itself was phenomenal. Some of the best grilled chicken I've ever had, even though it was cut thinly there, they still had a lot of juice to it, so well done on the restaurant's part. Then I got some good news. Roughly 2 days later, I received this email from American Express with the subject line, "You've earned a Resy Credit," saying that, hey, I'll receive it pretty soon here. And yes, it finally did come through. So on my main dashboard here for my gold card, you can see on the April 20th line, boxed in red, the original transaction, even though it started with TST for toast, again, that's just their point of sale system, it was followed by Culpeper Steakhouse, or whatever they called it. There was some abbreviation. So 1821, credit came through after that for 1821, all checked out beautifully. Open the further details of the transaction. It actually showed the name of the merchant or the restaurant, which again made me feel great. And then my tracker was ultimately updated on the benefits tab of my Amex dashboard, showing that I've used $18 roughly of my total $50 for the first half of the year. I was about to leave it at that, but I was determined to try one more third test here because I really wanted to see if there was a way to find a restaurant that used DoorDash or some food delivery to operate their back end for the delivery orders online. But if I called in via phone and paid over the phone or in person, could we bypass DoorDash, be charged directly by the merchant, and still get that Resy credit? Here's test number 3 to find out. This time I'm still in the North Dallas area, but less north, so I found another restaurant on my journeys called Shafika here. Mediterranean cuisine was piquing my curiosity here as well, so I clicked on that, found their detail page, got to their website, shafikadallas.com, went to that directly, found their Order Now tab in the top right, was brought to their order experience, and here's why I chose them, because look at the overall layout. Pretty reminiscent of DoorDash again, with a little bit of a color scheme tweak. So scrolling down to find what I want, their chicken kebab looked great. Added that to my cart there for 17 bucks originally. Went to the checkout page from there, selected the pickup option, and looked at the overall total with taxes included for $18.40. Then confirming my DoorDash experience, my eyes went right down to the contact and payment section, and yes, it did say that they used their partner DoorDash for this experience, which meant it was time for the ultimate test to now order by phone. Here's how that went.
Restaurant, can I help you?
Hi there, I'd like to place an order to go, please.
Can I have a name?
Mark, M-A-R-K.
What can I get for you?
I'd like to go with your lunch chicken kebab.
In 10 minutes, we'll be ready, sir.
Okay, that'll work just fine. I'll see you then. Thanks so much. So far, so good. Time to go pick it up. $18.40. Okay, there you go. Up to this point, everything was going super smoothly. There's my check that I paid on site with my Amex Gold Card. And what gave me the greatest level of confidence was seeing their point of sale system in person, which, believe it or not, was Toast yet again. So for some reason, this restaurant opted to use Toast for their in-dining experience, but DoorDash for their online ordering, where they really could have used Toast for both. But hey, they might have their own reasons for that. Regardless, here's a screenshot of me walking out with my nice brown bag of an amazing meal, plus what it looked like inside. It was phenomenal. In fact, I want to go back here next time and have the full dining experience because as you saw with the B-roll footage, it was a beautiful interior and they even had some nice exterior patio sitting too, which on a nice, warm summer morning or lunch or whatever would be great. Their pita bread, although not pictured, was also incredible. But even more incredible than that pita was perhaps this email that came through confirming that once again I would be receiving a Resy Credit. And for how much? $18.40. Jumping back over to my Amex Gold Card dashboard, and yes, I do have 2 open Amex Gold Card accounts. That's why this one looks different. Anyway, that's a story for another video. There's the original transaction there on May 12th, $18.40 at Shafika Cafe, with the credit to follow for the same amount. And because this is a separate gold card with a separate tracker, I viewed the tracker dashboard here for this card, and yes, it also updated. Main takeaway, if you want to do a to-go or pickup order with a Resy partner restaurant to use your Amex Gold Card credit here, it'll work just fine as long as it's not going to be processed by a third-party food delivery company. Now, before we move any further here, I want to show you an additional hack that I and so many other credit card pros use to manage our Amex Gold Card along with other cards in our strategy, and that's by using today's sponsor, Max Rewards. Not only does it show me my bills, credit scores, and list of cards with their balances all together from multiple banks in one place, but it also shows me my ongoing benefits per year per card. You can see the Resy Credit and the Dunkin Credit for my Amex Gold Card mixed in with the trackers for my Amex Platinum Card and more as well. And even a comparison tool to see how much the annual fee is versus how much value I've gotten from rewards and benefits, so I can better determine if I want to keep the card, downgrade, or cancel. And if you're ever in doubt about which card to use for a given transaction, the best card by category will show you which one to pull out of your wallet to get the most amount of rewards. And finally, if you want to activate Amex offers, Chase offers, and more, automatically hands off, Max Rewards will do all of that for you at the gold level. So if you'd like to more easily manage your cards with Max Rewards, use the link down below in the description with the code MARKR to try the gold level entirely free for 1 week and also get a 1-month discount. Now back to those Amex Gold Card hacks. Hack number 2, reload with the $84 Dunkin Credit. This right here is absolute gold because this credit, along with the others, do not roll over month to month. If you don't use them, you lose them. And with that context in place, let's pay attention to how this credit works and then I'll show you the hack. This credit is indeed $84, but for the year, the way you get it is up to $7 per month in statement credits. It's valid on purchases made directly at US Dunkin' locations that accept American Express card. There are also a number of exclusions here. I'm not going to read them all for this video, but I'll put them here on the screen for you all to pause and look over. That way you'll be informed. So what's this reload thing? What I'm referring to here is a Dunkin' e-gift card. So you can reload the balance there month to month using your credit. That way, if you don't use Dunkin' every single month, you can store up a larger balance over several months. And when you eventually go to a Dunkin', perhaps when you're traveling or something, then you'll have a bunch of money to use instead of just $7 at a time. I'll now show you how this works from the very beginning, assuming you don't already have a Dunkin' gift card loaded into the Dunkin' app. So first of all, make a Dunkin' account if you don't already have one on their site. It's totally free to do. And once you have your free account, open the app, go to the main menu there in the top left corner. It'll open up with some more options. Click on Add/Manage Cards. This is where you can now add a Dunkin' card. So click on the button that says Add a Dunkin' card on the next screen. It'll ask you if you already have one, like a physical plastic one or another e-gift card. Assuming you don't, just say no, and then you'll be able to choose the design that you want, kind of customize it, and then click on Next. At that point, you'll then have your virtual or e-gift card for Dunkin', and now you can load the balance. So there are different selected values that you can choose from, $10, $15, all the way up to $50 there. Just choose Other, and that will open up a text field where you can customize the amount. Because this is a $7 monthly credit, I just chose $7. I believe the minimum, by the way, is $5. So I typed in 7, and then for the payment method, you can either add your gold card directly, or since I have my gold card added to Apple Pay, I just chose to use Apple Pay because that was a done deal for me. So that was the payment channel that I used, confirmed there on the screen, all worked out well. Got my confirmation, and it said $7 was then added to my Dunkin card. Going back through the menu to view it, it then showed me my $7 balance, so all checked out. And because this is a monthly credit now for you going forward on your Amex Gold Card, just remember once a month to go back into the app and click on Add Funds and repeat the same process to the card you've already created. For those of you who may prefer automating this and saving the mental hassle, you can also click on Auto Reload below your card and then have several options to automatically charge your gold card monthly at Dunkin for you. Just note the smaller caveat here that the minimum is $10. So you can't do the custom amount of 7, at least not as I record this video, but you can do a minimum of 10 once a month and then on the first of the month if you choose so. So if you don't mind paying an extra $3, that's a nice way to do it for you. A couple days after reloading the balance, I then got my email from Amex here with the subject line of, "You've earned a Dunkin credit," letting me know that it would appear on my statement pretty soon. And that it did. I pulled it up on my mobile app this time, saw my original $7 purchase, and then the credit came shortly right after that. This credit also has its own tracker under the rewards and benefits section of your Amex account here. So I went there, saw that, hey, it said, "Congratulations, I've received it for the month." And then it also shows you directly below that the total received for the year, because remember, this is up to $84 all in. So you can track both monthly and yearly together. To all my viewers watching this video right now, I have a question for you. Do you prefer to instead brew your own coffee at home rather than spending money at a Dunkin' or Starbucks or something like that? If you identify with that, then you're going to love this next hack, number 3. Brew at home with the $84 Dunkin' credit. This is also great if you don't have a Dunkin' super close to you. To make this hack work, go to the Dunkin' app and search for a location that is as close to you as possible, whether it's at home or perhaps on a trip that you're on. Then choose how you'll pick up your order, whether it's a walk-in or if they have a drive-thru, that'll be an option too. Once you select that, you'll be able to view the menu for that specific location. Go ahead and scroll about all of the options that they give you, and you'll see probably toward the bottom, Brew at Home as its own category. Tapping on that will show you the packaged coffee, which would be like ground beans or whole beans or whatever it may be there, and then the K-Cup pods for a Keurig style machine. For this test, I went with the K-Cups. So I selected that. I could choose a quantity, 1 box. Variety, they actually have several. So if you tap there, you'll see the original blend, Dunkin' Decaf, French Vanilla, or Dunkin' Midnight. I made my selection, added that to my order, and then saw the payment method here. They also accept Apple Pay, but if you have your gold card that you want to manually enter, you can do that too. But also, look at what you now see on the screen. Your Dunkin' card that you've been reloading can also be used as your payment method. By the time I took this screenshot, I already had $119 loaded on my Dunkin' card, so I wanted to use that versus spending fresh new money. So I chose my Dunkin' card and then placed the order, got my confirmation right there. Do understand though that if you decide to charge directly to your Amex Gold Card, that transaction will still be eligible to receive a Dunkin' credit, just like reloading your Dunkin' card did as well. As long as it's a direct charge with Dunkin', regardless of what you're buying, your credit will work. And as a smaller sub caveat to this specific hack, I would recommend calling the Dunkin' location ahead of time before you place your order to confirm that they do sell the ground coffee or K-Cups at home. Because after I placed my order and drove all the way to do my drive-through pickup, that location stopped selling K-Cups not too long ago. Somehow that did not get updated online / the app. So I went elsewhere to go get them, and here was my experience there. They actually had a full display of their brew at home products, both the ground coffee and the K-Cups, which was super awesome. So I was able to do this here really easily with the checkout experience. They didn't have the French vanilla that I really wanted, but hey, their midnight roast will be good enough for me. And in case you're curious, there are 12 of these in a box. It's time for our 4th and final hack. Grubhub pickup/to-go orders with the $120 dining credit. This is awesome for two huge reasons. Number one, using Grubhub massively expands the list of restaurants that you can buy from to earn the credit, because as you're about to see, you can only normally use 5 different types of merchants. And number two, it'll allow you to save in a huge way compared to delivery orders, and I'll show you a price comparison as well. Real quick first though, how this actually works. Like the others, yes, this is issued monthly as well. Up to $10 per month in statement credits for a total of $120 in earnings per year. It's valid on purchases made directly at Grubhub, the Cheesecake Factory, Goldbelly, Wine.com, and Five Guys, and yes, this partner merchant list is subject to change over time as well. This time around, I decided to use the desktop version. So I went to grubhub.com, logged into my account, searched for some restaurants near me, and you can see right away here the amount of variety that you have compared to just the other 4 specific merchant options. I was in the mood for Mexican at the time, so I found Manny's Uptown Tex-Mex, scrolled down to find what I wanted, also in the mood for a salad, so their taco salad worked for me. Adding that to my cart, I then went to checkout. First here with the delivery price, I wanted to see what that would be. So I selected that option first and saw the delivery fee, service fee, taxes, and driver tip that I would add. So put $5 for that. The total here would be $26.71. And this is a perfectly valid order to use the $10 dining credit. However, if you all want to save some money, do a pickup order instead. So changing that preference here on the screen to pickup. We then went from $26.71 to $20.59. A nice way to chop off $6.12 from your order. And this assumes the same $5 tip as well. But me personally, if I'm going to be the one driving down to the restaurant and not having table service, I would not be tipping for that experience. So taking off the $5 tip, we now have a total of $15.59, representing an $11.12 reduction to the original price. That's almost like another meal. All that sounded good by me, so I went ahead and placed the order. Upon pickup, this meal was also another winner. I got their 50-50 as they call it, so some ground beef plus chicken, and then all the stuff in the salad as well. And they also give you a big bag of chips and salsa to go with it too. I made that transaction on May 9th for $15.59 that you can see there boxed in red. It says Apple Pay, Grubhub, and then Manny for Manny's Uptown. And then shortly after that, the Amex dining credit for $10 came on through. So my out-of-pocket cost was just $5.59. The final check was to view that tracker on the Amex dashboard. So going over to that, it said, congratulations, I've earned my $10 credit for the month, and my total this year so far has been $50. And all of that is how you make using this card way simpler for your day-to-day lifestyle. Whether it's a to-go order or a pickup order with Resy, or brewing your coffee at home with Dunkin, or even reloading the card for the times where you can't even get to a Dunkin, but you still want to use your credit, or even pickup orders with Grubhub for the dining credit. Hopefully seeing all that demonstrated expands the options for you all greatly to take advantage of the Amex Gold Card benefits, even if it previously was kind of inconvenient for you to use. If so, welcome to a much easier Gold Card. Before you all take off, be sure to check out the links down below in the description area. I've got some great resources down there for you, including a link to that mailing list to get alerted about the great credit card offers that may come and go over time so you don't miss a great sign-up bonus. Another link to sign up for Max Rewards to better manage multiple cards, benefits, and more all in one place, including seeing those Gold Card credits come on through, and some other great offers with high yield savings accounts and ways to earn cash back. One of which is with Rakuten to earn cash back when you shop online, and they can even allow you to earn Amex points instead of cash back just by switching over your preference. Thank you all for tuning in today. I hope this video was helpful to extract more value out of your Gold Card, and I will see you in the next one.